We have a cooler start to the week. Hello, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you for joining us. Monday and Tuesday are a little bit cooler than the last few days have been. In fact, some regions have reset back to normal, but they are about 7, 8, 9 degrees cooler than where they were a few days ago. So pretty much Monday is average temperature wise. Some of you are a degree or two below normal. Others are still a degree or two above normal, but pretty much about where we should be for this time of the year. But we do have a warm up coming this week for many places, and especially coming into this weekend when the subtropical breezes start to return. So we kick off with the animated wind map. You can see why it is cooler around the South Island. There is a low pressure system off the coast of Otago and Canterbury, driving in a southerly airflow. That's moving into the North Island as the day wears on, although for some areas it's still very much westerly quarter, so some might still be in that mild nor'wester, which is coming down on this side, and then there's the southwest change behind it. A couple of downpours for the north, a couple of downpours here and there really right across the country for the next day or so. So this is how it looks as far as rainfall is concerned. We were saying on Friday we were a little bit worried that some of the rain would be hit and miss for the dry upper North Island, and unfortunately we were right. The rain was very broken up. If you look at the yellow and the green shading, that's really 5 to 10 millimetres. That's not very much when you're in a deficit and it's drying out at the moment. The good news is, the further south you went, the downpours were much heavier around parts of Waikato and parts of Bay of Plenty, although Waikato split in half, one side of it just getting 10 millimetres or so around the Hauraki Plains and the eastern Waikato, whereas on the western side, you're getting right up to 60, 70 millimetres. So it was hit and miss, but the very north and the very east and the very southwest were the driest places over the last 24 hours or so. So what is coming for us? Well, this is the rainfall map right through until this coming weekend, until 7 a.m. on Saturday morning. This also shows a mainly dry theme continuing for northern areas where you're only talking about 10 millimetres or so of rain coming over the next 5 days. So that's putting you down. It means that well, not putting you down personally, putting your rainfall down. What it means is by the end of the month, November, I think you will be down rainfall wise in a number of northern regions, unless we get some big surprise rainmaker in the other half of November. At the moment, we're just seeing more showers and cold fronts briefly coming through. So the North Island does not have a lot of rain coming over the next 5 days, but the South Island, you've still got plenty. In fact, you could be getting up over the 200, 250 millimetre mark down there on the west coast. Okay, let's have a look at the forecast to try and make sense of that. So yes, on Tuesday, this is a little bit cooler around the North Island. You've now got the cooler air that was around the South Island for Monday, for today. So finally that comes up with some showers, clearing the western side in the afternoon, clearing the eastern side by evening, and the South Island warming up and drying out. Look at the nor'wester that is returning to you on Tuesday. By Wednesday, that nor'wester is becoming brisk across the country, high pressure to our north, warm winds coming out of Australia. There might be some more bushfire smoke in that nor'west flow once again, and very windy through central parts of New Zealand around the middle of the week. That's because there's a big storm in the Southern Ocean and a big high to our north. Typical spring forecast. We're caught right up in the squash zone of that on Wednesday. Now by Thursday, there's that brief front bringing 5 to 10 millimetres of rain for the upper North Island. Look at the windy westerlies returning, and also some cooler air is returning. See that dark blue line? Everyone south of that, the west coast, Southland, and maybe some parts of Otago, got a bit of a cooler change coming around Thursday. And on Friday, it's still a little bit cooler down there, but it does start to warm up. But look at all the westerly winds. And this is what I was saying just before about the subtropical winds returning. Here they are on Friday, subtropical breezes starting to come back to the North Island. And our final map for Saturday shows subtropical breezes back again and windy nor'westers elsewhere. So very typical normal weather at the moment, other than the fact that we've been a little bit warmer than average, and certainly now we're starting to see a drying out phase occur in the north of the North Island and eastern areas as well. So we'll keep a close eye on that. It's still too early to get all worried about it, but it's worth noting now because this is the time of the year where, for farmers in particular, you really do have to start looking at the summer months. And at this stage, there's a fair bit of chaos, which brings us rain showers. That's the good news. We're not like Australia, stuck in a drought, but things are drying out in the north and we're heading into our drier months. So that's why we're bringing it up so much at the moment. That's all from me. Have a great week ahead. We'll see you again on Tuesday.